Yeah.
Yes. So Akira Kurosawa, he is I think in the world cinema he holds a very important position as a Japanese director. So apart from from the Asian directors, he started his directorial work with Sanshiro Sugata. But apart from that, he is primarily a painter, and then he has also worked as screenwriter. He has also worked as assistant director, and then as editor as well. But later, of course, he started doing films, making films, and we can go to the next slide. This is his first film. Shanshiro Sugata, and this is about judo artists, the art form of judo. Ran is one of his most important film. Um, yes, we can go to the next one. Throne of Blood, which is inspired from I think Macbeth, which is inspired from Macbeth. This is Throne of Blood, and the next one, Rashomon. Apart from something like an autobiography, he has written that about his own life. So coming to Dreams is actually a film from his later part of his life. He has made this film in 1990, and it's basically a series of short films which actually holds immense I mean, it's a very good example of the style that Akira works with, and the kind of training he has got in painting. As a painter, he actually explored and expanded his understanding of the art form of painting into films, in the language of cinema. He has actually implemented that in this film, and it's the best example of visual effect, that um, um, visual content that Akira works with. It's a very signature film in that way. Um, it's a series of short stories which talks about different different dreams. Dream of a little boy, dream of a army man, dream of a mountaineer, dream of a survivor. In that way, it's someone who is, it's all the stories are actually talking about Naresh, we'll stick to that slide, the previous one, about dream. Yeah, the previous one. Yeah, and somewhere the thread is about, it's about humanity, it's about peace, it's about environment, it's about anti-war, it's about it's about love in that way. So we'll start watching the film. It's a long film, 2 hours film, but we'll watch in portions. Naresh, can you we can start watching the film. You can open the timeline.
So first is 211.
Yes. So the name of this short story is Sunshine in the Rain. It's a little boy's dream. of watching Fox, the marriage, the wedding of Fox. We can go to 2, and this is 2 minutes 11. It's right in the beginning, right?
Yeah, 2:11. It is 2:11.
Yeah.
I'm using another Blu-ray print. Somebody has sent it, not the YouTube. So they might be a little different.
Okay. Okay.
Not much actually.
Okay, we'll stop here. So the first the first opening of the film is about this, this contrast of the visual contrast of rain and sunshine at the same time. And as we know that there is this क्या बोलते हैं उसका, कहावत एक है जो ऐसे जब मौसम होता है, we see the rainbow, and under that the foxes stays, and actually they are getting married. The foxes are getting married, and that's why this this unnatural environment has appeared because of the occasion. But humans are not supposed to watch that. So as a preserver of Japanese tradition and culture in that way, his contents are very much inspired from the folk tales and traditional stories that goes around Japan as a culture. So this story is also inspired from that. Okay, we'll continue. We'll go to 4 minutes 50 seconds. But it's his dream to watch the wedding, and hence he set off to find where it's happening. Is the sound there?
Yeah, sound is there.
Yeah, but
Somehow some little less volume is there. I don't know why.
okay.
It is. I
No,
checked.
it will be fine. So, yeah. Yeah.
मैम आर दे माइम आर्टिस्ट और कॉमेडिया डेलार्ट?
चुपचाप सुनते रहो सब लोग, अपना जो भी कुछ है लिख लो बस, ठीक है, और कमेंट बॉक्स में डाल दो, लास्ट में ले लिया जाएगा.
So these performers are dressed like foxes, and they are their makeup is also like that, and it's a procession that is going on, which the child always wish to watch. And as we can see, there is a innocence in the whole visual. It's a very typical kind of a dream with lots of fog, and from the fog, this grandly dressed performers are arriving. For a child, that for a child's mind, that's very huge impact, with lots of and traditionally dressed performers and those makeup. It's a very creative, it's imagination, it's a world of its own. And they watches him. So there is this fear also in this. We can stop. There is this fear also, like if they watch, then he's going to get cursed or he's going to get punished. The way it's in the middle of the jungle, and it's a very steamy, foggy space environment, and from there this emerging this characters in extremely unified, extremely there is a unity, there is a form, हर एक का एक तरीके का ड्रेस अप है, hats है, that is actually creating the illusion more effective, because everyone is so एकदम बीट पे है और एकदम एक साथ synchronized है, and that is what his imagination is about. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, we'll move a little bit forward when he actually reaches the rainbow. Yes. Before. Yeah. So this is the last visual of the film, and also it's there on the poster, and it's a beautiful depiction of color and rainbow, and again what I'm saying, the innocence of a child child, where everything in this world, his world is very colorful and full of nature, and this kind of elements like flowers and rainbow and foxes, these are the things are there. And also, as we can see that this the character the woman was playing, and he is also both the characters are wearing traditional Japanese outfits. It's almost like he is following the format of this folktale storytelling, and how the characters are dressed there. And here as well, they are dressed in traditional outfits. Okay, we'll go to the next one. And remember, in Akira's films, there is immense impact of nature and music, and of course grand costume. Grand costume, there's a music and costume mostly about mostly is our Japanese, he follows Japanese tradition in that way. And this remarkable visuals of nature, of the environment. Okay, we'll go to 13.2. This is the peach orchard. I think it got stuck, Nareshji.
Yeah, what?
It got stuck.
No, it's going on. Oh, sharing is paused. Bring you. Okay, wait. Just a moment. Once again.
Yeah.
6人じゃなかったの？さっき6人いたよ。だからお団子を6つ持ってきたんだ。あんたの間違いよ。いいからこれはあんたが食べなさい。僕はもう食べたよ。おかしいな。ねえさん、さっきは確かに6人いたのに、誰が帰った？誰も？ねえさん、本当にもう一人いたんだ。変なこと言わないでよ。いいからあんた向こう行ってなさい。やっぱりいるよ。誰が？知らない子だけど、誰もいないじゃない。いたんだよ、あそこに。あんた、また熱出したのね。熱なんかないよ。それより、あの子誰？大丈夫？お待ち。
Okay, we'll pause. So as the story started, there is this a tradition in Japan. They make doll houses during the spring. So it's when the flowers blooms, and to offer to worship the spring, the nature. They follow this tradition, and there as we can see that there is very significantly this peach flower was kept on a vase with beautiful light coming on it in the background, and there is this bunch of girls who are making the doll's house, and this boy actually, this dream is of this boy, and this boy is actually personifying that peach tree as a girl, as a young girl, and which of course he is able to see, and which the others is not able to see. But why this boy is watching or visualizing this girl, we'll get to know this. We'll go to the next one, 1555. Yeah, so he follows the girl. Just
よくお聞き。私たちはもうお前の家へは行かない。なぜ？
お前の家は、この桃畑の桃の木をみんな切ってしまった。ひな祭りは桃の節句というだろう。
ひな祭りは桃の木のお祭りよ。
ひな人形は桃の木の化身だ。
桃の木のせい、その花の命よ。
その桃の木を切り倒して、何がひな祭りだ。
切り倒された桃の木はみんな泣いています。
今さら泣いても仕方がない。
この子を責めるのはよしましょう。この子は私たちが切られるとき泣いてくれた。切ってはダメだと泣いてくれたのよ。
桃が食べられなくなるから泣いたんだ。
違うよ。桃なら八百屋で買える。でも花の咲いた桃畑はどこで買うの？僕はここが好きだから。花の咲いたこの桃畑が好きだから。それが切られてもう見られなくなるのが悲しくて泣いたんだ。
よし、わかった。この子はいい子だ。この子にもう一度、この桃畑の花盛りを見せてやろう。
okay, we'll pause here. So it is talking about, as we can see, that the whole festival, the doll festival, is actually put in this frame, in this magnification, and in this amplification, basically, where in the house those steps and little dolls were there, and the whole scale changed and put it and he has put it into this huge orchard which was full of peach trees, and it was deforested. It was cut down. So this content, this story, this dream is about this little boy who is really in pain, suffering from pain, because the whole orchard is just gone. It's vanished. None of the peach flowers are blooming this time. And it is talking about this, the kind of as we are all going against nature and cutting down trees and the importance of it and the impact of it. So we don't know, as human, as elders, as adults, we don't know how the effect or the impact is on a little child. So this dream is about that child who wants the peach orchard back. So here, as we can see, that they are all in traditional outfits, and they are all very colorful, and the music is playing a very vital role over here. And both these stories, the first and the second one, both are about this folk tale and the traditional, anyway, keeping the traditional story or the culture or the festival that he has taken reference from, and has turned that narrative into something which is relevant to today's world. Okay, we'll go to the next one. We'll move a little forward. What's the time showing here, Naresh ji?
यहाँ पर अभी 1944, ये थोड़ा सा टाइम का डिफरेंस है क्योंकि ये ब्लू रे प्रिंट है, तो
अच्छा ठीक है, हम थोड़ा सा कंटिन्यू करते हैं. We'll just move forward a bit, and I just want to get into that place where the peach orchard actually arrives. So they start performing this ritual of bringing those peach orchard back, this music and dance, and yes, and they all start to kind of meditate and start the ritual of bringing the peach trees back, bringing the spirit of peach trees back. Okay, we'll pause. So when the tree vanished, it's the representation of those cut, half cut उसको क्या बोलते हैं, पेड़ के वो नीचे वाले जो पोर्शन होता है वो है, but the as a sorry
stem.
हाँ, stem. But as a design element, if we see that frame, this uniformity of the height and kind of shape of it a bit, as we can see that maybe it was cut with some kind of a machine or some kind, but it's quite uniform. And also, I mean, the uniformity that we saw in the previous scene when all the dolls were standing there. So again, uniformity from dolls house in the room, and then it got magnified to the orchard in a real space, and then again that uniformity was turned into something a blank, something dead, but still those, you know, एक ही repetition of the same element, वो जो impact देता है, वो जो एक frame बनाता है, and when this boy is moving around that is giving us this, you know, in spite of the fact that there are elements, but it was also giving us this effect of the uh, of a blank, of an empty space, जो यहाँ पे पेड़ थे अब कोई भी नहीं है, वो जो impact audience को, viewers को मिल रहा है, that is what he was actually aiming for. Okay, we'll go to the next one, Blizzard 3525. So this is okay, because this is a dream of a mountaineer who is actually traveling through a snow storm along with his teammates, and what kind of a dream he gets in the middle of this, you know, a very horrible situation. Okay, we'll continue.
撃ったら死ぬぞ。おい。起きろ。起きろ。
雪は暖かい。氷は熱い。
Okay, we'll pause. So, of course, the primary element of, I would say, the signature style of Akira is like he takes natural elements as a medium or one of the factor or a part, a very important part of his narrative. For example, this presence of snow over here, natural elements, the presence of tree or flower in the previous story, the presence of rainbow in that the first one. So here it's the snow, and this snow, the form was very in that way very impactful. It's a snowstorm, and that snowstorm was actually representing death, and of course the woman was in disguise, death in disguise. So this is also interesting part of his the kind of characterization he does. His female characters are they are good looking, beautiful, submissive, but they have a very cunning side as well. Here also it's a life and death. It was a tussle between life and death, and death came in disguise of life, and then actually took the form of death and left the space. And as soon as death left the space, the storm stopped and they found the camp and they survived. The life wins. So there is a very positive outcome of this, but more than a dream, I would say it's an illusion of a dying man. It was an illusion, as if he was having a conversation with death. What if because he is thinking of death right now. So if death personifies how it's going to look, again the look and the makeup and the use of hair, long hair, as an element of transformation of the character, was very beautifully done over here. And in the previous story also, in this story also, there is this the setup is very theatrical in that way. The studio, it is inside, it is a created space, but it's giving this impact of a theater. Or the previous story also, there was this the way that the dolls in the orchard was framed or designed. It was giving a feeling of theater. Or in the first story, when the procession was going on, it was very theatrical in that way. So dramatical, theatrical, and performative elements are a lot of there in his films. And here this is a dream or illusion of a grown-up. So it's on the gray tone. It's more of course the content, of course the story also matters. But if you see the other two, it was a dream. They were dreams of a young boy, so it was more colorful and flowery and more closer to nature. But this is a different form of nature and color, which comes to adult's mind. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
I would
Shall we go?
that it is 9:50. You take
Yes, we'll take a break and then
we'll come at 10 o'clock. Meanwhile, I'll just chat with them. So
Sure.
there is another film by Akira-Kurosawa called Dirsu Zala. And Sravasti, you can take a break. No problem.
Yeah.
There's another film by Akira-Kurosawa called Dirsu Zala. It was done in 1975. And that film also had a similar kind of a storm, where there's a huge open area and it's in the night, and more or less similar kind of a storm was there. But that was in 1975 at the real location, and this is entire studio, because in the making of this film, if you have noticed, is a Warner Brothers. And people who are producing this film are Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, and George Lucas. George Lucas has a company called ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, which is the biggest company in till 1990 about the various special effects, because digital has not come until that point. Everything was done on a negative. So a lot of complexities were involved into that. That's why you see many special effects in this particular film. So this is in brief, and I thought I'll just point out that. So we'll meet at 10 o'clock.
Okay, shall we continue? Nareshji, are you there?
I'm very much here. So
Okay.
the tunnel, 4811, right?
Yeah, yeah.
野口言っとけ。はい、中隊長殿。お前は中隊長殿。自分は本当に戦死したのでありますか。自分が本当に戦死したとは思いません。巨体になって家へ帰っておふくろにボテ餅を作ってもらって食べました。それを自分もはっきり覚えております。それは聞いた。お前が弾に当たって気絶し、その気絶から覚めたとき、介抱していた私に言った話だ。それは、お前が気を失っているときに見た夢だよ。あまり生々しい話だから、私はよーく覚えている。しかし、それから5分ほどして、お前は本当に死んだんだ。わかりました。しかし、親父やおふくろは、まだ自分が死んだと思っておりません。あれが自分の家であります。親父やおふくろは、あの家で、まだ自分の帰りを待っております。しかし、お前が死んだのは事実なんだ。かわいそうだが、はっきり言う。 私の腕の中でお前は死んだ。
Okay, we'll pause here. So Kurosawa started making film when the Second World War was going on, and as we know that Japan was a very active participant of in the Second World War, and he has seen this reality, and he has seen the suffering of survivors, war survivors, especially soldiers, and from there it's coming. Basically it's a completely anti-war narrative, and where when reality meets dreams or illusions, they contradict a lot, and there the conversation which couldn't happen in reality, that happens in our dreams, in our imagination. So it is such fact here, where it's having a conversation with their imagination. And this person, the real person, is the commander of that army, of this specific regiment, and now none of them has survived, and one of the casualty has come up to actually face him, and he doesn't have that much, he doesn't have anything to say, or give any kind of clarification to calm him down. So it is, and we can see that how the dead soldier painted blue, and still have blood stains in his costume, and the way he is attentive, and at the same time he is being emotional, like a real person. And also the kind of light has been used over here. There is green, a very the portion where he is standing, the dead soldiers are standing, it's green, and where the reality, it's red, and it's certainly depicting the violence, of course, and also the death or the cold impact that this color green is giving to us, or the death in that way. Okay, we'll move to 5818. We'll move a bit forward. And now the whole regiment has come to question him almost, but they're not saying anything, but he is just trying to give his clarification.
生きながらえて捕虜となったわしは、その抑留生活で死ぬ苦しみを味わった。そして今またお前たちを見て同じ苦しみをなめている。いや、お前たちは自分たちの苦しみに比べてそんな苦しみは何だと言うだろう。しかし正直に言う。わしはお前たちと一緒に死にたかった。このわしの気持ちを信じてくれ。お前たちの無念な気持ちは よーくわかる。戦士とはいえ、犬好きだ。しかし、そのようにこの世をさまよって何になる。頼む。帰れ。帰って静かに眠ってくれ。第三小隊バレーイエーマイヤースレー
Okay, pause. So even they're dead, it's kind of the same element of uniformity what we have seen in the previous stories, but here the uniformity is coming giving us a different meaning, but the element has been used in the same way. This rows and rows of dead soldiers painted blue with their costume on and like standing still, like literally like dead people standing still, not even blinking. And when they are asked to go back, then also they are just, as a soldier, they are waiting for the command to go back. And then again uniformly they turned back and went away. So in spite of this, and this is very powerful in that way, a bunch of people together, working at the same way, synchronized. But at the same time, the reality is that their death is not, considered or written on in that way in the history. People who are common, people who have served their country, people they deserve more respect. But that is where the power has failed to do. They are always considered as casualties, and not by name. We don't even come across or get any kind of information who are those people who are dying. And but they are millions who are dying in wars everywhere nowadays as well. I mean, even now. So we'll quickly move a bit forward and come to the end of it. Yeah, and just back a bit, back.
अटक गया ये।
Yeah, okay, leave.
The dog will come.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a very significant element in that way, because even we can interpret this as all those dogs and other animals who has also lost a life, and we are just not as human beings, not at all aware or being considerate about them. One another is like all the soldiers almost, as he said, like they also died like they die like dogs. But this dog has got lots of questions and lots of complaints, and he is not at all in a state to forgive him. He is there to attack him. He is there to, it's almost like the conscience as well, which will actually follow him and will question him, that his regiment died, but he is still alive as the commander of the regiment, and this will follow. And very theatrically, again, I would say the light completely changed, and it changed into dark red when this dog arrived and this scene happened. Okay. Yes, we'll continue this. This is Crows.
Remind me of your diploma film. It reminds me of your production with Chittaranjan Tripathi in the end, when all of you come and you say we all are dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. We are, but sadly we are not. They are much better element than humans, I guess. Yeah. Um, we can move a bit forward, 1 hour 4. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. Bit, yeah.
Bonjour. Savez-vous où habite Monsieur Van Gogh?
Si c'est lui que vous cherchez, il a passé le pont tout à l'heure. Il est allé par là-bas.
Merci.
Monsieur, vos dégâts, il vient juste de sortir de l'asile des fous.
Okay, we'll pause. So this is, as we can see, that this is going to be a dream of an aspiring artist who has visited Van Gogh's museum, and he got inspired, and he put his hat and got ready to actually live the world of Van Gogh. And as a director, I don't know, like this gives me goosebumps when this painting, the camera gets inside the painting, and that, like, such meticulous recreation of the painting, and it changes and it starts into motion. I mean, it transforms into a motion thing. And it's actually a living, the painting suddenly starts to live. So it's amazing. And as Kurosawa is a painter, that's why I think it's a very important point that he could recreate this thing like this way. And I am sure he is in love with Van Gogh as well. So yeah, we'll continue this.
I just want to say that this particular painting is such an important painting of the Van Gogh that Taschen, which comes out with a very specialized on the books of the painting, they use this particular painting on the cover of Van Gogh's book.
Okay. Yeah, it's very imaginative, lots of color and beautiful composition. Okay, we'll go to 58:18.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 hour 6 minute 56.
Beyond belief.
This one?
Yeah.
A scene that looks like a painting does not make a painting. If you take the time and look closely, all of nature has its own beauty. When that natural beauty is there, I just lose myself in it. And then, as if it's in a dream, the scene just paints itself for me. Yes, I consume this natural setting, I devour it completely and whole. And then when I'm through, the picture appears before me complete. But it's so difficult to hold it inside. Then what do? I work, I slave, I drive myself like a locomotive.
सब लोग जरा ध्यान से सुन लो जो लोग सो रहे हैं. They have to work. Everybody has to work hard to become what they are.
Okay, we'll pause. This is very interesting intervention of a different visual altogether. When he said, I work hard, I work like a locomotive. And this is the visual or the imagination of this aspiring artist who is actually dream. It's kind of a, imagination within imagination. So this sequence is itself an imaginative situation where he has actually met Van Gogh in person. And there also he is actually imagining Van Gogh's mind when he said, I work like a locomotive. So visuals of, train running, steam engine working. So that visual is actually representing the mind of Van Gogh when he is painting. And that actually is imagined by this actor who is in real. So we'll move forward a bit where after meeting Van Gogh, he travels all through his paintings and sketches and colors and almost, lives the moment. Yes, as we know, haystack, Van Gogh used to, for days he used to sketch, paint haystacks in different time of the day, in different movement of the sun. Yes. So it started with a painting, it ended with a painting, and in between he traveled through his imagination with all his paintings. And again, I would say that this design of uniformity, when all the crows of like similar looking element in such bulk actually, placed all over the frame. Again, that uniformity, the element uniformity, I would say I could see here as a repetitive element in each stories. Okay, we'll go to the next one. We'll just continue this. The next story, Mount Fuji in Red. It's
何があったんですか？噴火したのが富士山だ。大変だ。
もっと大変だよ。あんた知らないの？発電所が爆発したんだよ、原子力の。
あの発電所の原子は3つある。それはみんな次から次へと爆発を起こしてるんだ。狭い日本だ。逃げ場所はないよ。
Okay, we'll pause. Again, the story, there is, VFX of that time, 1990, and it's basically nuclear reactors, and we know how Japan has suffered nuclear weapon disasters, and it's not it's a reality which will transform or will extend to a futuristic world where people actually can't, as a human crisis, and they are not being able to survive, but they are surviving, but in a completely different form altogether. So it is about this human crisis, and again I would say it is an anti-war content that we would be able to see here. And remember, right from blizzard, then tunnel, then crows, and now mountain Fuji Red, and next also village of the watermills, the same actor we are able to see. So we can say that it is a narrative of the same person who was younger back then a little older, and then when he has matured, and one after another his dream we are able to see. That's why as a connecting link he has kept one actor, as if it's a journey of his dreams. Okay, we'll go to 1:16:25.
あれはイルカだよ。イルカも逃げてるのさ。
イルカはいいね。泳げるからね。
どっちみち同じことさ。放射能に追いつかれるのは時間の問題だよ。来たよ。あの赤いのはプルトニウム239。あれを吸い込むと1000万分の1グラムでもがんになる。黄色いのはストロンチウム90。あれが体の中に入ると骨髄にたまり白血病になる。紫色のはセシウム137。生殖腺に集まり遺伝子が突然変異を起こす。つまりどんな子供が生まれるか分からない。しかし全く人間はアホだ。放射能は目に見えないから危険だと言って放射性物質の着色技術を開発したってどうにもならない。知らずに殺されるか知ってて殺されるか、それだけだ。 死神に名刺もらったってどうしようもない。じゃあ、お先に。君、待つたまえ。放射能で即死することはないっていうじゃないか。なんとか。なんともならないよ。ぐじぐじ殺されるより一思いに死ぬ方がいいよ。
そりゃ、大人は十分生きたんだから死んだっていいよ。でも、この子たちはまだいくらも生きちゃいないんだよ。
放射能に侵されて死ぬのを待ってるなんて生きてることにはならないよ。
でもね、原発は安全だ。危険なのは操作のミスで、原発そのものに危険はない。絶対ミスを犯さないから。問題はないって抜かしたやつだ。許せない。あいつらみんな縛り込みにしなくちゃ。死んだって死にきれないよ。
大丈夫。それは放射能はちゃんとやってくれますよ。すいません。僕もその縛り首の仲間の一人でした。
Okay, we'll pause a bit. It's as we can see that one of the characters was one of the scientists who actually invented this thing, and that's why he was so informative. But apart from the fact that it is about the impact, it's about the impact, so it's more of like these people might be, it seems like they're the last humans alive in this land, and after this eruption has happened, because all other space is covered with debris. And again, I would say that repetitive element properly placed and covering a space with the uniformity. And then yeah, it's about these last humans who are alive, and the world is going to completely change from there. So this is, of course, this imagination has got a bit of reality in it, but the next the change what we'll get to see is completely imagination, and that is also the futuristic extension of the humanity, as stated like that. Okay, we'll go to 1 hour 25:15.
どうしたんです？君は鬼か？そうかもしれない。だがこれでも昔は人間だったんだよ。まったくバカな話だ。
昔はこの辺り一面の花畑だ。それを水爆やミサイルがこんな砂漠にしちまった。ところが最近その死の灰の積もった地面から不思議な花が咲き始めた。これはみんなタンポポだよ。タンポポ。タンポポの化け物だ。これはバラだが、花の真ん中から茎が出て、その先にまたつぼみをつけている。この辺にばらまかれた放射能が、この花畑の花をみんな塊にしちまったんだ。花ばかりじゃない。人間だってこのざまだ。わからない人間が地球を猛毒物質は吐きだめにしちまったんだ。今この地球にまともな自然はどこにもない。鳥や魚や魚もいない。いや。
So we'll just complete this one, except, yeah.
いつだったか、顔の2つあるウサギと、目玉が1つの鳥と、毛の生えた魚を見た。
Okay. So, if actually that is what is happening around us as well, not in such extent maybe, but we are living a world where we are actually trying to modify nature as per our own good, as per our own benefit. And of course it's like affecting, we know how it's affecting, how much it's, even this corona has got this link with all these things. So something which is as monstrous as nuclear radiation, if that spreads around the world, it will always only produce something which is of course far away from human. It will turn even flowers something magnified and demonic. Human beings will actually turn into demons because the impact of such bad element in us. But of course, but this director has imagined all these things and actually incorporated them. So I would say, like, this film, particularly Dreams, has got so much and everything is related to the elements of nature, that says that the director is absolutely, moved and inspired or influenced by nature a lot. And that's why I think he has in the previous story has taken someone like Van Gogh, whose outlook towards painting and art is also through nature, the immense presence of nature in their artwork. We'll continue this. We'll go to 1 hour 34:05, and we'll see the impact it has happened, the radiation has done on human beings. So these are the modified hybrid demon-like humans who are surviving this land right now, and extremely creative look of these characters. Someone has one horn, one has three horns, and they look absolutely some fantasy world, some dark characters of fantasy world. And of course this pool of blood, this element of red, the color red, so evidently visible. And they're not in peace, they are in pain. And the sound of so many creatures howling.
Ma'am, is that blood?
Yeah. I'm not sure, but it is looking, we can connect to that. But it could be from that red dye that he was talking about, and the water has turned red.
どこに帰ればいいんだ。
鬼になりたいのか。
ये शॉट जो सिनेमाटोग्राफी के लोग हैं, ध्यान से देखना, 50 सेकंड का
हाँ,
शॉट है, खतरनाक.
Actually, we missed another shot where they were walking uphill. It's in silhouette, and the valley was crossing the frame diagonally, and the two characters are walking uphill. That is also a beautiful shot. Yes, so he's running for life finally, so to survive, actually. And we can see there is no element of green or greenery or life around, and the color is completely in the dark tone. It's brown, it's gray, it's black, and of course the red element, which was and that's why it was coming out as a something which is very in contrast. The color was in contrast, and it was coming out as a very not a healthy state of world. Basically, it's in a mess, it's in a disaster. Okay, we'll go move to the last one. 1 hour 40, Village of the Watermills. $30 40.
こんにちは。こんにちは。はい、こんにちは。この村は何という村ですか？名前なんかないよ。わしらはただ村と呼んでいる。よその連中は水車村と言ってるがね。この村の人はみんなここに住んでるんですか？いや、住んでる村は別にある。ここには電気は引いてないんですか？あんなものはいらない。人間は便利なものに弱い。便利なものほどいいものだと思って、本当にいいものを捨ててしまう。明かりはどうするんです？ろうそくもあれば、種油もある。夜は暗くないですか？暗いのが夜だ。夜まで昼のように明るくては困る。星も見えないような明るい夜なんて嫌だね。田んぼがあるようですが、耕運機や収穫に使うトラクターもないようですね。そんなものはいらん。牛もおるし、馬もおる。燃料には何を使ってるんです？主に焚き木を使う。生きている木を切るのはかわいそうだが、結構枯れる木もあるから、主にそれを焚き木にして使っている。それに木を炭にして使うと、何本かの木が大きな鳥ほどの働きをする。そうだ。牛の糞もいい燃料になる。私たちはできるだけ昔のように自然な暮らし方をしたいと思っているんだ。近頃の人間は自分たちも自然の一部だということを忘れている。自然は手の人間なのに、その自然を乱暴にいじくり回す。俺たちはもっといいものができると思っている。特に学者には頭はいいのかもしれないが、自然の深い心がさっぱりわからないものが多いのに困る。その連中は人間を不幸せにするようなものを一生懸命発明して得意になっている。また困ったことに、大多数の人間たちはそのバカな発明を奇跡のように思ってありがたがり、その前に抜かず。
Okay, we'll pause a bit. Of course, we could see the innocence and the simplicity of a village, which is kind of not available right now around us, which we are losing day by day. And this this old man is almost the the image of the world we used to have, which was much more closer to nature, and we would not actually mess with nature and try to dictate it. Nights are supposed to be nights. it would have been really difficult if nights were as bright as day. So this simple realization we human beings were not being able to keep. We have, of course, invented amazing things like electricity and other things, of course, but this person is someone who is rooted, and he is actually negating that what we said, progressive world, and he is actually a reminder of where we should stay. Again, this behind the wheels, large wheels which is like rolling all the time. Again, elements, multiple elements of the same thing, multiplicity is there, and this constant movement is creating a very good visual in that way, which is in spite of the fact this two actors are static there, sitting there, but this is giving a motion to the frame with this rolling wheels, giant wheels. Okay, we will just move forward a bit where one, yeah, forward. Okay, okay, we'll stay here. Back, little back, little back.
わしに失恋させて、他のやつのとこで嫁に行っちまったんだからね。
So there is this. Actually, I wanted to go a little back where this he explains the concept of celebrating death in the community. Yeah.
葬式のばあさんも99歳の代に王女だから。ところで、わしも葬式に出ながらので、死刑する。
Okay, pause. So this they believe in the celebration of death, and the woman who has died today was his first love. She died in at the age of 99, but that actually conveys the spirit of humanity, that as naturally we are accepting or welcoming birth, that much naturally we should accept or welcome death. Not the untimely deaths, but of course the natural deaths, because they are also fortunate enough that they are living their life full and then they are dying in natural ways. So that is also a reason to celebrate. Okay, how the celebration is happening, we'll go to 1 hour 50. Again, this element of dance and music and procession, and again uniform dresses, colors in the middle of nature, and people are enjoying, they're celebrating, they're in a celebratory mood, and that how it should be for human beings. But now it is actually turning into a dream altogether. They're wearing similar costumes, similar accessories, they're walking in rows, but certainly it's different from the military one. Okay, we'll move to the next one, 1 hour 53, the end of it. And this old man who is 102 years old, he is actually dancing in death of his first love. certainly implying a natural habitat, who are happy in life, who are satisfied in life, though they are far away from scientific inventions, and they're far away from luxuries even like electricity. So there is this story around this stone that some traveler, while traveling through this village, died over here, and since then the villagers put flower on this stone. Okay, so this is actually a dream where humans will again live um, in coordination with the spirit of nature. And this is certainly a big dream for us, who is a progressive nature, the kind of progressive nature human beings have. We'll quickly go back to the PPT once. Okay, the next one. Yes. So I would just quickly point out the things that I have observed. Of course, the impact of visuals. So Akira, being a painter himself, has a deep impact of visual contents in his cinema. He understood the use of color, texture, volume, framing as cinematic tools, and therefore almost paints his every frame. In the short story Crow, he depicted the dream of an aspiring artist's fantasy of meeting and living the paintings of Vincent van Gogh. Akira remarkably created and connected to Van Gogh's amazing paintings. So, of course, as a visual creator, he has been, of course, very effective over here in this making. Again, strong presence of Japanese tradition and culture, and of course, he has never made film which is in any other different language. So Kurosawa has made films in Japanese only and came out to be a primary preserver of Japanese culture and tradition in the platform of world cinema. In Dreams, the first short story, Sunshine in the Rain, is inspired by a boy's dream of watching Fox's wedding. The wedding procession was a performance by traditionally dressed performers as foxes. Music and costume plays a very significant role. Similarly, in the second one, The Peach Orchard, shows the Japanese culture of building doll's house and how these dolls personifies peach trees in a boy's imagination who is suffering from the pain of cutting the peach orchard. The next one. Yes, content of peace. So as we can see that the elder ones after Blizzard, all of them were talking about Blizzard and Glow, particularly the tunnel and Mountain Fuji in red. Is talking about anti-war. It's about the peace of humanity. So Akira started making films while the Second War was going on. As a follower of anti-war and peace of humanity, he made The Tunnel and Mountain Fuji in red in the series of short films in Dreams. So how the war was has disregarded the sacrifice of each soldier who needed more respect as the protector of the country. Also, the monstrous nuclear weapon has destroyed the humanity and imagined a futuristic world where modified nature and demonic living beings are only survivors. The last one. So as we could see that in his films, there are there are, apart from design elements and the cinematography and the color palette, everything is there, but of course strong presence of good actors. So the primary actor of Dream is Akira-Kurosava. He has repeated in the last last 5 stories, playing the lead of the 5 short stories among 7. Martin Scorsese was the character who played Van Gogh. And also, Akira's female leads are primarily beautiful and submissive, but has got a brutal, cunning face as well. In the story, The Blizzard, where a soft and beautiful woman appears in the dream of a dying mountaineer, but eventually turns demonic, making the mountaineer realize its death in disguise. Okay, done for today. Any questions?
So I think they can mark their attendance and that's it. खुद भी थोड़ा पढ़ना पड़ता है, देखना पड़ता है. किसी ने शुरू में पूछा था कि दिस इज कमीदिया दला आरते या माइम. थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना जिंदगी में पड़ता है कि कोई भी आदमी व्हाइट पेंट करके आ गया है तो वो माइम नहीं चल रहा है वहां पर, और कॉमेडी तो बिल्कुल नहीं हो रही है यहाँ पर. थोड़ा सा अपना भी दिमाग इस्तेमाल किया करो जिंदगी के अंदर. मास्क नाम की एक चीज होती है, फेस पेंटिंग होती है, जो हमेशा माइम नहीं होती. थोड़ा सा खुद भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा जीवन में, सब चीजें जो यहाँ पर नहीं पढ़ाई जाएंगी. All right, guys. Bye-bye.